guys, what's up? Welcome back. My name is Tess. Today's video is going to be 2 eyeshadow tutorial look using the See You Never palette by Poppi Cosmetics. This has been out for a hot minute. You guys voted on my Instagram saying you want to see more looks. I'm here to deliver. So if you guys are interested in the swatches, tutorial, and some of my thoughts on the palette, please don't forget to subscribe, like this video, and share it with your friends. And let's get on with the video. Okay, so let's just say when you look at this palette, you're a little like don't know where to start and you kind of want to go for something neutral. You can totally do that. So let's go ahead and go into the shade called Your Loss. This neutral warm brown. I'm going to fluff that through the cream. You can always just start with something neutral and add some color later on. It's always a good way to start an eye look if you don't know where to start or don't know which direction you're going. I'm going to sweep that up towards my brow bone just to create that cat eye effect. The mattes are really easy to work with. I've used this palette at least three, 4 times, but I want to create a few more looks for you guys. All right, next I am just gonna keep the same smaller blending. I'm going to the shade called Ghosting You. Names in here are just like really cute. I'm gonna buff the edges out just so that it has a softer blend. It's like a little light peachy color. At this point, you can pop on like any one of the lighter color. You can do the purple, you can also do the blue or the minty shade, or you can even do the pink. You got a lot of option in here, and so this shade is like a satin, not satin, it's more like a brown pressed metallic, and this shade looks a little more like a deep brown, but it actually is more of like that reddish lilac purple shade. So they might look a little similar in the pan, but it's completely different when it's on the eyes. So I'm gonna go into this shade just to keep everything really neutral. This color is called Left on Red. Very cute. So we're gonna press that just in the center. I think their metallic shade actually has quite a bit of a different nuance in there. So it kind of almost looks a little, almost like there's some little green glitter in here. I don't know if you guys can see that on camera, but I actually really do enjoy the metallic glittery shades. They're really glittery, very pretty. And actually it looks really smooth on the eyelid, unlike the one that I tried, the one from BH. I feel like the metallic is not as smooth. This is really smooth, glittery, and very skin-like. All right, so let's go ahead and deepen my outer V, and I want to go into this shade. First brown shade is called Your Loss. I'm just going to stamp that on my outer corner. And then we're going to this shade, this really deep chocolatey brown. And we're going to kind of smoke that just on my outer corner and wing it up. And then with a little bit of a leftover, we're going to kind of put that in the socket. So there is a little bit of a depth. I did not re-dip it. I just used whatever is left over. And there's definitely pigment to it. Dip back to a little bit of Nat Down. And I'm going to add that here. Okay, so for my lower lash line, I want to go back into the shade Not Down, and I'm just gonna build up my outer corner and slowly work my way in on my lower lash line. And I want to do a little bit of an angle on the inner corner. And I'm going to lift the eyes up. Just to buff everything out, I'm going back to the shade called Your Loss. And I just want to buff out the ends. Now is a fun time to pop some color on the inner corner. If you're more leaning to like a neutral, everyday type of a look, this is a fun way to bring that pop of color into your everyday type of an eye look. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to take the shade Trust Issue, this lilac metallic, gorgeous. I'm not using any glitter primer. You can certainly do so when you do this at home, but I am just going to lightly dust this through this socket like I normally would. And look at how fun that is. Just add a little bit of a spring to your inner corner. Okay, so finish off the look. I'm gonna go into the shade called One Last Problem. This duochrome pinky shade, and I'm gonna dust that on the brow bone for that finishing touch. Back with some lashes. I definitely added a little bit of that lilac purple down here on the inner corner just to tie everything together, and this is look number 1. What do we think? What do we think? Comment down below, let me know if you guys like this look. It is a perfect intro to some pops of color if you still want to stay on a more neutral side. And how stunning are their metallic shades? I think they do a good job on their metallic. It doesn't feel chunky on the eyes, and it doesn't bunch up. It's very skin-like. I really enjoyed it. And yeah, let's move on to look number 2. All right, so let's first go into the shade right here called Ghosting You. And I just want this as a light transition in the crease before we decide what type of colorful eyeshadow are we going to do today. I just want a little bit of a something. I think I want to take the shade called F off. I am going to pack that on the eyelid right here, just the center. And it's very smooth, pigmented. Dipping into You Wish, this purple shade. Use the same brush, kind of blend the two together, and we're going to work on the outer corner. And just to see if the two kind of blend in together. That's the key for any eyeshadow palette, is if the shades do blend into each other, especially a pastel palette. Purple is slightly a little sheer. I am using like a smaller blending brush, so we can switch to packer brush if you really want to pack on the color. This is more of like that softer blending kind of a brush. Okay, let's just switch to like a more of a denser packer, and going back into You Wish, we can just build this color up, no issue. That is a really pretty color. So yeah, just going with a packer brush if you want more of that punch, and we're going to feather that out to create a little bit of the wind shade. All right, so for the inner part of my eye, let's go into this shade called Tinted Love. Really pretty. Ooh, really blue. Look at how vibrant that is. This is stunning. Wow, I'm really impressed by their metallic shade. It's more glittery, which I like. I love a good glittery shade. Okay, then I want to go into the shade Trust Issue. This is a really purple lilac-y shade that we used on the previous look, and I just want to lightly pat that on the outer corner. Just give it a little bit of a sheen. I'm gonna pull the color out. So for the center of my eyes, I'm going into the shade You're So Vain. This shade right here. And I want to lightly pat that on the center. For this part of my eyes, you guys know I would love to add a little bit of a good riddance, just to add a little bit of a color, just a hint of red along the corner. I just love doing that. And we can go into Ghosting You with the same brush. This is the BH number 7. We can buff the color out and start to soften the edges, bring the rest of the color over. So there is a hint of a light orange popsicle vibes. So for my lower lash line, there are a couple ways that you can go. You can keep it really neutral. You can go in with your loss, that neutral brown, or not down, that dark brown, to kind of smoke everything out. Let's just go all out and see what happens. So I want to firstly go into this shade called You Wish. Kind of continue the purple on my outer corner, and then we can bring this color down here as well. This palette really just gives me all the spring summer vibe. And you kind of just feather, pull things out as you pack on the color. And for the inner part of my lower lash line, I want to use this bright pink Bite Me. Very, very vibrant. And you kind of want to blend them into each other. And you go back to some more of that purple and pack that on. To soften the edges a little bit, I'm going back to You Wish, same brush. I'm going to kind of soften it out a little so everything kind of ties in together. Back to You Wish. Just adding that color back. So there are two other metallic pink. One kind of pulls a little purple. One is more of a cool tone Barbie pink. I think I'm gonna go in with a little bit of that purple pink, Revenge Sex, just a little bit, and I want to tap that on the inner corner. So it's a little more bright. It's brighter. Just add a little bit here. Okay, so then for the inner part of this inner corner, I want to go into this shade Friend Zone. It's more like an orangey coral. Pack that through. Oh yeah, it kind of pulls more orange, and that I love. For my brow bone, I'm going to hit it real quick with one last problem. This iridescent purpley pink. Okay, so with some liner, inner rim, ColourPop Cream Gel liner in the shade Zulu, and some lashes. This is the finished look, number 2. I really enjoy this look. This is so fun. Such a spring color palette in one eye. So yeah, I really hope that you guys enjoy this look as well. I really like it. I really enjoy creating tutorials for you guys. Let's quickly chat about this palette. I really think that this palette is really well curated. The only 3 shades, this 2 and this, they're kind of a little too similar in my opinion, but other than that, you get your depths, you get your pastel colors, and you got your really pretty glittery metallic shades, and I really think that this palette kind of covers it all. It is a really pretty colorful pastel palette, and every shade kind of just goes with each other. Besides, these 3 shades are slightly a little too similar I would love to see a different color, maybe other than these 3 shades. This is a really beautiful palette. It works really well and everything just blends effortlessly. And yeah, I really like this palette. I think $25 is not a bad price point. Consider the amount of products you get in here. It's 36 grams of product. That's a lot of product. Lost in Los Angeles has 16 grams of product. This has 36 grams of product. That's pretty wild for the price point. I like every shade in here besides the 3 shades I mentioned. They're just a little too close in my opinion. But other than that, every shade blends into each other, work with each other, and I really enjoy their glittery metallic shades. If you've never tried out their eyeshadow formula, I think you'll enjoy it. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you do, please don't forget to subscribe if you have not subscribed. Like this video, comment something down below, and follow me on Instagram and TikTok. I love you guys. I'll talk to you later.